Hey there, good morning. Happy Friday. It's 7:30 here on News 6 Plus, July 26th. You made it to the end of the work week. Welcome to Breakfast with Bridgett. I'm Bridgett Ellison. It's good to have you with us. And we are sailing into the weekend, getting you ready with some weather. We'll take a look at the traffic, and we have Trooper Steve telling us about a great pet for adoption. We'll be talking to a local, an author, a student author, whose books are now in local school libraries. And so we'll find out more about that process and this inspirational story behind the book, and where you can find it in the schools this year as we get ready for back to school. But first, a check of that forecast, and meteorologist Michelle Morgan is in for Candace this morning once again. And good morning, Michelle. You're on mute. I think you're on mute.
Am I?
Oh, there you are. I hear you.
Hello.
Hi.
All right. Yeah. No. I mean, deal is yesterday. We're looking at rain chances beginning to go up as we go through the afternoon hours closer to sunset. But the good news is that the Saharan dust is beginning to thin out. I know a lot of us, we've been complaining about,
Mm.
sneezing and, you have that
Hmm.
itchy throat. It's because of those small particulates, suspense in the atmosphere. But thankfully, it looks like it's going to thin out today. But because of the dry air kind of going away, our rain chances are going to ramp up as we head into the weekend.
All right. And I have to say happy birthday to you.
Oh,
Happy birthday, Michelle,
thank
on a
you. Thank
Friday.
you. Yes. It's a good Friday.
It is. And so, good weather for your birthday today?
Yeah, pretty good weather for my birthday. It's going to be hot, slightly humid. That dust is thinning out, but I do want to show you the air quality just in case if you fall under those sensitive groups where you have, respiratory issues or anything like that. We're good. We're
All
good to
right.
go right now. That Saharan dust is beginning to thin out. It's still there, but not as thick as yesterday. And we are looking at a little clearing out over really offshore. So that's going to continue to move as we move into our area as we head into the weekend, but our rain chances are going to go up, and we still do need the rain. We are abnormally dry across many counties across Central Florida, and June, July, heading into August is usually our rainiest months. And for the month of July, many of us haven't seen much rain. In fact, as of right now, we're not finished with July quite yet, but next week, Thursday, it's already August, and we're the fourth driest July on record. So we're below average. We haven't received as much rain as we're supposed to. So hopefully that change in the next week or so. But again, looking gorgeous out there, downtown Orlando from our Light Orlando delivering Hope camera. All is quiet. I'm not tracking any rain. Humidity, though, at 96%. So you can certainly feel it as you're heading out the door this morning. I know my hair feels it. It's been
Oh,
growing since I
yes.
came to work, right?
The
Bridget
struggle
feels
is
me.
real. Yes.
The struggle
I'm
is
patting mine down
definitely
right now.
real. Yeah, so you might have to put it up in a ponytail, pat it down,
Oh.
some hairspray, probably needed today. But here are your temperatures. We're in the upper 70s and lower 80s, 80 in Winter Haven, 81 in Claremont, Leesburg, 79 in Sanford, and our coastal areas in the upper 70s as well. Now, your hour by hour forecast looking fantastic. I do want to show you again our pet of the hour. I showed this during the 6:30 show. This is
So
River.
cute.
Adorable, so cute. Looks like such a good boy. And
Yeah.
send in your pins, send in your pictures. On our pinned page, clickorlando.com/pins. You could send in weather photos, photos of your fur babies. We will definitely feature them through the show. I know I love featuring your cute, adorable pets. I mean, one time I featured a tortoise. It was somebody's pet, but
Right.
that's your pet. I will feature them. So we are looking at a pretty nice morning forecast, nice and quiet. That dust is somewhat lingering, but as I mentioned before, it'll fade as we head into tonight, and then clouds will continue to increase closer to the lunch hour, and temperatures eventually getting into the middle 90s today across Central Florida. Now, I do want to talk about the rain coverage for today. So, we are looking at about a 50% coverage across the metro area, parts of Volusia County, but Flagler County and over our western counties, Marion, Sumter, Lake counties, has a higher chance for rain and thunderstorms, all thanks to that sea breeze. That will be going on later on today. The East Coast sea breeze is going to overtake the West Coast sea breeze pinning those showers and storms over those reddish areas. So heavy downpours are certainly possible, may lead to nuisance flooding. We're not looking at a huge flooding threat, but again, those low lying areas, poorly drained areas could certainly see a little bit of ponding, a little bit of flooding, and then heavy lightning and as well as strong gusty winds between 30 to 45 miles per hour. So timing things out here just so you can plan your day. Dry morning, abundant sunshine. We'll continue to see those clouds increase. This is our high resolution, by the way, model. So really trying to pinpoint those showers and storms where they could potentially develop. So around the 6, 7 o'clock hour, that's when I think that we'll see most of the shower and storm activity. And we've been seeing it for the past couple of days where we're getting those downpours at night. So we're looking at scattered rain along the I-75 corridor as we head into the 7, 8 o'clock hour closer to sunset. And then looking at some downpours along the I-4 corridor and then pushing south over Osceola County, Orange County, and a few showers and storms possible over Brevard County. But notice the timestamp. This is closer to midnight. So this is more of a late afternoon, evening, night event. So I do think most of the day will remain nice and dry. Now, switching gears of what's going on in the tropics, there's a lot of talk online on social media about these waves that are emerging off the coast of Africa. There are two waves right now, and they look very impressive on satellite imagery, very healthy. You can see all the reds and the oranges, just really showing the convection, showing the thunderstorms around those areas. Now, there's also a ton of Saharan dust, a lot of plumes moving over the Atlantic basin. So those tropical waves will have to survive the dust if there's any potential tropical development. Now, we're not talking 2 to 5 days. This is about 2 weeks out. So this is a long range forecast. There are a few models, not all the models, picking up on an area of low pressure, trying to develop as again those waves moving across the Atlantic basin, moving westward as we go through the next 8 to 10 days. So there's still a lot of uncertainty. I do want to mention, just so you have an idea what could happen. Again, I wouldn't really worry about it right now. We'll let you know if you need to worry about anything. But again, these waves have a lot of factors to fight against. Now, the National Hurricane Center hasn't highlighted anything yet because they're watching the models as well. But I do want to show you that the Climate Prediction Center has highlighted that area, the end of July, early August, for a low chance for possible development. So we're looking at the central Atlantic heading into the Caribbean Sea. And again, a lot of things could change. This is a long range forecast, just so you know, you have that in the back of your head, what could happen. So that's all we're watching in the tropics. There are no concerns right now for Central Florida. All is quiet, which we like to see. But as we get into August and end of August into September, usually we see an increase of tropical activity, which is standard. We get all of these waves moving off the coast of Africa. We have the warm sea surface temperatures and a wind shear, but there's still a ton of Saharan dust. So that can
Yeah.
definitely impede any tropical development. So of course we'll continue to watch things, and the peak of hurricane season is September 10th. So we're getting close to
Mm-hmm.
that date, but I mean it's been very quiet, thankfully. Hopefully it stays that way,
Mm-hmm.
but just want to let you know what I'm watching. And for
Yes.
the weekend, rain chances are going to be pretty high, between 60 to 70%. It's not going to be a complete washout, but many of us, we do still need the rain. We're below average for the month of July, as I just mentioned. Temperatures in the 90s, and then the weather staying unsettled as we head into the upcoming work week.
All right. Thank you so much, Michelle. I'll see you in a bit.
Bye, Bridget.
Bye. Happy birthday. All right. Let's check in with Trooper Steve. He's out in results one, headed out to look at some pedestrian safety. Good morning.
Good morning, Bridget. How are you guys doing?
We're good. We're good. Just trucking on through. You know, we made it.
Yeah, I'm
We
trucking down
made
the
it.
turnpike right now, southbound, coming up on Osceola Parkway soon. I swear, Fridays are so nice on the roadways because there's not much going on when it comes to like roadway conditions and things like that. Looking ahead, no traffic even northbound in the opposite direction out here. So Fridays are always a benefit for us. But Bridget's right. I am headed down to Osceola Parkway, kind of Florida Parkway in Buttonwood, which is just south there, Buenaventura. We talk about the organization Best Foot Forward a lot. They're going to be teaming up with the Osceola County Sheriff's Office today. One of their kind of missions, their tasks, they're going to be enforcing pedestrian safety at a crosswalk within the Buenaventura area. So you need to make sure you're paying attention, or you can find yourself getting a $166 ticket, 3 points on your driver's license today if you are not paying attention. That operation is going from 8 o'clock this morning till 10 a.m. And then, of course, we'll be streaming live at that operation from that location at 8:30, Bridget.
Okay, very nice. And like you said, the road's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, pretty good. The map showing right now, data map showing that we're looking good over in the attractions area. So it's a brief slowdown right there at Champions Gate if you're coming in. Nothing that's going to look anything similar to what our other weekdays look like, which is really impressive. As you approach 535, if you're visiting us from out of town, maybe headed to the Disney, Universal, SeaWorld, or any of our amazing other attractions, we look great this morning. Your drive times where they should be this morning. In the green, Champions Gate to 408. I love this. 27-minute drive. And I need you guys to know that's a 27-minute drive at the speed limit. Then westbound I-4 in Seminole County from 417 to downtown, 16 smooth minutes this morning. I like it. If you're headed out this morning, just don't be the one that's going to ruin it for everybody, please. We're not monitoring anything crazy. And then I-4 lanes up in Volusia, Seminole County, Bridget, real smooth. Before I let you go, I need to encourage people to get out on clickorlando.com. Go to Trooper Steve on patrol. Bridget's smirking because she already knows what I'm going to talk about. I'm coming here to a light so that I could actually address the camera. You guys need to go and adopt Bo. Bo was the cutest little man I ever met yesterday. Bridget, he's probably 23 pounds, 2 years old, and is such like a cuddler, Velcro kind of dog. Unfortunately, he's been there 3 times. Yeah, 3 times, only because he does suffer from separation anxiety. So these people would get them home, and he's barking all day, and it's like, you got to make sure that if you're going to get the dog and you have this style of dog, maybe a single family style home, not an apartment, somewhere where you can dedicate some time to help him not have this anxiety, because obviously someone taught him the anxiety. And but you want to talk about a lover. He was all over my face.
So cute.
He was just giving me belly rubs. So he's available along with so many other dogs at Orange County Animal Services. Adopt, don't shop. You guys know I love my puppies and cats, so please help us out.
Look forward to an update on Bo's adoption. So
yes, you have a good weekend, Bridget.
You too. Be safe. So we
Bye.
have to tell you about a big service happening at First Baptist Orlando at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Family and friends, the community getting ready to say final goodbyes to Pat Williams, the co-founder of the Orlando Magic and a pillar in this community. And our Mark Lehman has more from FBO.
Pat and I met years ago, probably a little after the year 2000.
For more than 20 years, Gary Lasorda has called Pat Williams his friend.
He was continually searching out the very best in people and promoting them.
Most knew Pat as the visionary who helped transform the world of sports by bringing the Magic to Orlando. Gary knew him through his faith in God, the two teaching Sunday school together.
Pat was that kind of impressionable guy. It's like he's gone, but he's not gone. If you walk back into a Sunday school room or if you walk through the front door, it'd be like you wouldn't be surprised.
Gary sharing this sketch he drew of his friend, and he's collected several of his books.
You are responsible for the welfare of the weak. Now think about Pat and all the adopted children and everything that he's done that basically has been great humanitarian.
And he says a legacy of compassion, humility, and curiosity will live on as loved ones come together to celebrate the life of Pat Williams.
If I was going to capsulize it in like a single sentence, is heaven now has a live wire. Pat is just, tremendously always on the go.
And we'll have that homegoing celebration for you on clickorlando.com streaming today at 3 p.m. So be sure to watch for that later today. You can probably download News 6 Plus as well and watch it there as well. SpaceX, big news about SpaceX this weekend. The rumble of the Falcon 9 will be coming back as soon as tomorrow. The agency's rockets have been on hold the past 2 weeks since the FAA had grounded them after there was a problem with a launch in California. Here's News 6's Ezzy Castro with more.
SpaceX is targeting tomorrow morning for a Falcon 9 launch out of Kennedy Space Center's Launch Pad 39A. It comes after the Federal Aviation Administration forced SpaceX to stop flying after something went wrong with a launch in California scheduled for liftoff on July 11th. Officials say an investigation found a failure on an oxygen line to a sensor, which caused a leak, then caused the engine to explode. All 20 Starlink internet satellites never made it to orbit. Our James Barbero spoke to several visitors about their thoughts on the recent launch pause from SpaceX.
How soon do you think SpaceX will get off the ground again?
I think Elon will have it done in less than a month. And go figure, this one didn't happen here, it happened in California.
CBS's Bill Hardwood, who has followed SpaceX's rise to the top of commercial space flights, explained the company wasn't going to waste any time fixing the problem with the goal of getting back into space.
That very rapid pace and being able to absorb the risk of launching their own payloads is going to give them a chance to get over this faster than a more traditional rocket company.
All right, so we'll have more on that when it happens on clickorlando.com and right here on News 6. We want to introduce you to a young man this morning. He's 7 years old and he is an author, and his book, Giovanni's Slam Dunk Dreams, is in some local school libraries now, and he's there this morning with his mom, Chrissy Mack, and it's good to have you with us, Giovanni and Chrissy. Good morning.
Good morning, Bridget. How are you?
Oh, great. I'm so happy to finally have you on. I met Giovanni's grandmother a while back, and she was telling me she's so proud of her grandson. And I'm excited to share more about this story and the process of putting this book together and now having it in the school libraries for other students to enjoy.
Yes, this was a book that has been in the making from birth. Giovanni's been playing basketball since when? Since he basically came out the womb. And so this is the book that he created. It's called Giovanni's Slam Dunk Dream. And it's about his basketball journey in basketball as a little kid. But it's not just about sports. It's about motivating and inspiring other kids to not give up on what? Their dreams. Their dreams. And so it shows him as a little tot growing up, playing ball, but also other kids that are bigger than him, picking on him and telling him that he's too little, he can't play. And what did he do? He developed his what? His
basketball skills.
Exactly. And now he's on a team that's undefeated. They're going places. He has trophies. And so it's all like documented in the book about him. And at the end, it's all about like affirmations and things of that to inspire kids to just keep pushing.
And this is so it's inspirational, and there's lots of elements there. Chrissy and Giovanni, what are some of your favorite parts of the book? Because obviously it's telling a story that relates very closely to your own story. So what's your favorite part of the book?
My favorite part of the book is my parents found out I was a good basketball player, and they made a social media for me. And you guys could also follow me on TikTok or Instagram.
Okay. And so what's on there? What are you posting?
Some basketball TikToks and Instagrams.
Yes, awesome. It's all like his highlights, him actually playing the sport, the games, practices, him just really shooting it. And so, yes, TikTok is probably his main one, but he is definitely on all the social media. Yep, that's it. That's Giovanni Slam Dunk Dreams right there. And you can find it on Amazon. If you just type it in Amazon, it's located there as well.
And this is something that will now be in some local school libraries. So what's the story behind that?
So Mrs. Gifford at Bay Meadows Elementary read his book. And once she got her hands on this book, she was like oh my gosh, we have to have this book in all of the schools. And I didn't know. I just thought when we originally gave her this book to look at that it was just going to go to Bay Meadows Elementary. She made, between her and Valerie Francis, they made one phone call and it got approved within like a day through Orange County as a whole. So if any of the Orange County schools want to carry it, it's available to be put in all the libraries in the school. So we're really grateful that Orange County accepted his book and they love what he's doing and the concept of it. Because, like I said, it's not just a typical sports book, it's more about motivating. It's about parents teaching their kids to keep pushing on. It's just a good journey, but we just made it sports related because he's all about
Right,
basketball.
right. And I notice too sometimes the variety of books can sort of tend to skew more toward a lot of girl stories, a lot of girl related stories. So
Hmm.
I'm happy to see a book about a little boy and giving, some emotional guidance and encouragement. So that seems like that was an important element to include here.
Absolutely, it was. It's just about encouraging them. There's a lot of kids that may grow up in areas that they don't get to see little boys like Giovanni that's actually doing something good, right? He's not on the street doing anything bad. He's just playing basketball, a sport that he loves and other little kids can relate to because at this age, between the ages of 6 and 7, these kids are now exploring sports. They're trying to figure out themselves, and so, because of Giovanni's book, other little kids are like, wow, I really want to go play basketball. And they're inspired to play basketball, right, Gio?
And you're dealing with elements of just, bullying or kids not getting along or just trouble making friends. And so there are those themes as well.
Yeah, tell her about it. Like when the kids used to tell you you couldn't play, right? Tell her, talk to her.
What happened?
So I was in school and I started to play basketball with my friends, but they told me I was too little, so I started to develop my basketball skills.
And what happened?
Yeah.
Um, so I was probably like the age of 5, and I was small, but I was still good. But they wouldn't let me on their team.
Yeah.
But
But eventually,
a year later, they wanted me on their team, but I said no because why not? Because they wanted me not to be on their team, and I'm not gonna them be on my team.
so what position do you play now? What are your favorite positions when you're playing basketball?
Point guard and shooting guard.
And what do you want to
So
say to
that's
other
his.
kids who might read your book and they might have experienced the same types of things? Like how do you want to help other kids?
I want to inspire kids to never stop believing in themselves. I want them to push and to make sure that they it's whatever you want to play. If you want to play football, it's basically the same thing, but you just got to run. And because I want to do track, because when I run court,
Hmm.
I just get tired in probably like 20 minutes and stuff. Then I have to get subbed out, drink some water, then get back in and start dominating.
And
He
what
starts
do you want to tell
dominating.
other kids that they should do when somebody's trying to say, you are too little or you throw like a girl or just mean things? How do you get past that?
I would say basically I would say, can you stop being a bully and let this kid play? And sometimes I would say, when he gets older and he's bigger than you and he's better than you, he won't let you on your team either.
So do you want to tell kids to like don't give up, to
Yeah.
keep pushing, right? Just to have that mindset. Giovanni's really big into mindset. He listens to a lot of like motivational things online to
Hmm.
help him combat certain things. And that's not something that we did. That's something that he just picked up on his own. So he's always telling us, Mommy, don't wish for it, work for it. Like he's very big into
Hmm.
self-development at
Hmm.
this age, and he did that by himself.
Oh, that's wonderful. I know you are so proud. And just before we
Yeah.
go, give us a couple of the affirmations from the end of the book.
Absolutely. So, some of the affirmations, you want to go ahead and read that? Tell that to them? Read it.
Um, I am smart and I am strong. I am important. I am brave. I'm kind. I'm happy. I'm great. I'm enough. I am helpful and I am love.
Oh,
Yes.
that is
And that's that
beautiful.
at the end of the book.
That's beautiful. Well, congratulations, Giovanni and Chrissy. You know, your family's doing a great job, and we appreciate, everything you've done to bring this book to other kids as well. And have a great back to school time, Giovanni. I know school's about to start, so enjoy second grade.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. And again, if you guys want to find it, it's right here on Amazon. It's a perfect gift. The holidays are coming. And if you want to follow Gio, you can follow him at Gio Loves Hooping.
All right. Well, we'll
And
see you
but
there.
at my skills, I could basically be any NBA player.
Oh,
Right?
wow.
Are you
And I
calling out
want
the NBA players?
Okay.
Stephen Curry.
All right. I'm gonna follow along. I'll see you soon. I'll see you online, Giovanni.
All
All
right.
right. Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye bye. That's Giovanni's Slam Dunk Dreams. So you might see it in your kids' school library pretty soon. So we have time for a little bit more. No, we don't. We have to say goodbye now. We're out of time, but you can go online to clickorlando.com and check out some more stories that we can't get to right now. And don't forget to enter for those Monster Jam tickets, because you can enter through the 30th for the Monster Jam tickets. We're giving away 5 packs of tickets. So check that out too. And Weatherwise is up next with Jonathan Kegas, followed by Trooper Steve on patrol today live at 8:30. I'll see you at noon. Take care.